Today I'm reacting for the first time to Ankara, the capital of Turkey. I'm going to check out this channel, Doug Bernard. I'm going to subscribe, and the title of the video is Ankara boring? I have no idea. I know it's the capital of Turkey, but I don't know anything about this city. And tell me also if I'm pronouncing it right, if it's Ankara or Ankara. I have no idea. So yeah, I have no idea about anything. Let's check out the video better.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Istanbul. We are here at the train station at Sotlu Çeşme in Kadıköy. Sotlu Çeşme is one of my favorite words in Turkish because it just sounds so Turkish. Sotlu Çeşme, I love it. Guys, in this video, we're going to Ankara, the capital of Turkey. For anyone who didn't know, Istanbul is the biggest city in Turkey, but not the capital. That's Ankara. We're headed there. It's gonna be my first time, and we're gonna discover the city, see if it's worth visiting as a tourist, as a visitor. A few Turkish people have told me that Ankara is boring. So we're gonna find out if Ankara is boring or not. I'm excited to check it out. I've been wanting to go for a while. Here we go. This new thing, Terminal Kadıköy.
Can anyone also tell me why Ankara is the capital of Turkey? Since I think that Istanbul was way more popular in the history of Turkey and the history of the whole world, I would say. Yeah, it was the capital of the Byzantine Empire. For a moment was also, it was the capital of the Roman Empire, because the Byzantine Empire is the Byzantine Empire. Also, I think the Ottoman Empire, the capital was still Istanbul, no?
Has just opened. They've been renovating this place for a while. You can see it there, Terminal Kadıköy. It's supposed to be this upscale food hall concept. Here's the food hall. We've got bars. You see beers on.
Bro, look at that TV. That's crazy. It's gigantic.
On tap, got like open kitchens. Physically, it looks really nice. I actually don't know where I'm going. I have to get to the Hizli train. There is a relatively new high-speed train that takes you from Istanbul to Ankara. I'm taking it today in business class. So we're gonna check that out and see what that's like. And I'm meeting up with my friend Brian to go on this trip together. YHT Girish. I think it's Yeni Hizli train. New fast train entrance, I think. Okay, I've made it. Günaydın.
Günaydın. Welcome to the high-speed train.
Is it Yeni Hizli train?
Yüksek Hizli train.
Yüksek Hizli
means
train.
high.
High-speed train. I thought it was new fast train.
You would think it is. It is new.
Here we are. Here's our train.
There's two models of the high-speed train. This is what I call the cyan or turquoise one. And then there's another one. It looks older, but it's actually the newer version. There's no example on this track. Maybe check it out next time. I've tried both of them. They're both very good. To Turkey's credit, they've really invested in the high-speed rail infrastructure, so...
I've heard a lot about it. I'm excited to give it a try. It's about a 4 hours and a half long journey to Ankara. Here you can see high-speed train, kind of like a bullet train shape. This is the business class product.
Oh, I'm so curious.
You can see it has 2 seats on one side and 1 on the other. Brian and I booked separately, so we're sitting apart from each other. But I'm in 12C, which is right here.
Alright, so we are in the business class cabin.
The economy is like 780 Turkish lira, and the business is like 1,150 or something.
Yeah. It's gone up because the lira has had a lot of inflation. I remember it being...
Wait. 1,000 Turkish lira. 1,000 Turkish lira in euros. How much is that? 20 euro, bro, what? What do you mean 20 euro the business class? Oh my god. Yeah, that's impossible in Italy. Wait, how far is Ankara to Istanbul? How far is that? How far is it? 274 miles. That's about 350 kilometers, something like that. Bro, I could never get a cheap train like that. If I see the distance, that's like from my place to Florence. I think the train will be, in business class, it will be over 100 euro. Maybe with the regional trains that it would take forever, it should be about maybe 35, double that. That's crazy. When I took the bus from Milan to Florence, it was like, I think it was like 80 euro to go and come back, a two-way trip. That's crazy. What? How is it is so cheap. What the hell? I'm so impressed. Oh my god, I want to go to Turkey immediately.
800, but that was about a year ago. The nice thing is, so sometimes the
A year ago it was 800. Bro, what? And it was just 700 if you get the regular ticket.
economy is actually even sold out, especially if you're last minute. And there's a secret where, I shouldn't say this online, but the last hour before departure, there are seats that are reserved in business class for kind of government bureaucrats and stuff that need to go between. So if you ever think that you're sold out for biz and you really just want to make it to Ankara because you don't want to have to fly, you can book last minute for this cabin.
All right, let's check out the seat. They have a little foot pedal. We've got a wall plug there. 2 trays, one here and one in the armrest. Let's see. Oh no, it's a screen. Okay.
Oh!
So there's some TV, some music. and
Wait,
Wi-Fi.
what?
That's nice. Cool.
Bro, what?
So we are officially moving.
That's
by Sophie Cheshire.
crazy.
Very smooth.
Is it also included the drink?
Merhaba, teşekkürler. Çay kahve ne alırdın? Kahve alıp denedim. Kahve. Şeker kremi olacak. Şekersiz lütfen. Evet, sade. Teşekkürler.
So here in the business class, they come through with tea or coffee. They got black coffee. A little
That's
box
so
also.
great.
Coffee
Oh.
Got
Bro, you even get to eat. Oh my god, bro, my mind is blown right now.
a little sandwich here. Juice, mixed fruit, water, and marble cake or something.
That's fantastic.
There is also apparently a cafe car with a more expansive menu, so we'll check that out in just a little bit as well. Alright guys,
I love-
we're adventuring
I really love these train vlogs. Oh my god, I love taking the
now to
train.
find the cafe car. We're about an hour and a half into the journey maybe. Let's go check it out. And here we are, cafe car.
It's not Michelin star, but there's
I mean, that's
Yeah,
pretty
we've got some
fancy.
snacks, some sandwiches kind of similar to what came in the box. And we have arrived.
And it's a beautiful station, much less stressful than Istanbul, and great ceiling height. You'll see it in a second.
Let's do it. Here's the station. Wow. It feels like an airport.
See, isn't it beautiful?
Very airy.
Yeah, it's
There's
very
a Caribou
beautiful.
Coffee over there. It looks like a little mall type situation, some stores at least. Very spacious atrium here. Very cool. All right, that is the train experience. My verdict on the train would be that it was physically very comfortable, very smooth journey. The food situation, especially in the cafe car, left something to be desired. They had a huge menu, but we're serving none of it. Very, very, very limited options. It was good enough and it got us here in one
I
piece.
mean, that's like a 2 to 3 hour journey, right? So come on, what do you really need on such a short journey?
Yes, I enjoyed it. I think it's useful. Here we go. Let's go explore Ankara. All right. Good morning, guys. It's the next day now. Coming to meet my friend Brian at a new spot here in Ankara called Basel. Let's go take a look. Here we are. Ibrahim, günaydın.
Hi.
Neredeyiz?
Biz Basel Days?
Okay. Now English.
All right, so this is kind of an American style, but it has a little bit of a Turkish flair. It's a salad, bowl, burrito place where you make your own. And one of the things Doug and I are always talking about is, in
Bowl or
Istanbul, why are
burrito?
there not more healthy options? Sometimes it's very heavy, bready, meaty food. If you're like working remotely,
Bro, are you kidding me? You're talking to my heart. You're asking me why do they have so many meat options and nothing else, bro? You're telling me there are only meat options in Istanbul, or however you call it, bro. I want to go there. I want to go there immediately and move there. Oh my god, I just need meat too.
you
so
want to
bad.
try to be healthy or whatever, it can be harder in Turkey to find that because it's very, the baklava is screaming at you and the desserts. And so this is a salad chain.
Oh
There's
my God.
now 4 branches. They're only in Ankara, so you got to come to Ankara to get it. It's Turkish. It's not that expensive. You can choose your own protein. So this is the kind of stuff we love to find. And sometimes the tourist bloggers don't show you that because they're showing you that.
I don't know, I never was such a fan of those places where you get to choose your ingredients and stuff like that. I feel too much pressure all the time. And then I pick one ingredient and then I'm like, oh shit, I should have got the other one. I don't know. It's not for me.
Traditional food, but if you live on the road,
you're not going to be eating, you know, a 7-course Turkish meal every day. You need some healthy things.
That's something that I'm always thinking about when making these videos. You know, on one hand, you can focus only on the traditional stuff, but the reality is, as someone who lives here, you're looking for a little bit of diversity and to change it up every once in a while. And finding a place like this that's modern and new is really, really cool as well.
And this branch just opened a week ago.
So this is Gazi Osman Pasha, right?
Yes, it's kind of an upscale neighborhood in Ankara, and there's like a lot of great coffees. There's a macro center, supermarket here. So this is one of my favorite streets in Ankara, and we're just stoked that this place just opened in time for us to be here.
So we're gonna enjoy, and then we're gonna get out and explore Ankara. Stay tuned. Basil, please come to Istanbul, specifically Kadıköy neighborhood. Thank you so much. We are onward, heading off to explore. All right, macro center. This is like the best grocery store in Turkey, is it?
If you're American, it's kind of like Whole Foods.
Okay.
Ooh, yes, in the future I want to react to a Turkish supermarket. So if you know of any good videos, let me know.
If you are British, it's like M&S Food Hall or Waitrose. If you live in Dubai, it's like Spinneys. This is the nice supermarket across all of Turkey, and this particular branch, it's like an old building, but they redid it as this glassy one. And it's nice because in Istanbul, you don't get these bigger buildings. Maybe on the Asian side you might, where Doug is over, but like macro centers are usually really tiny and cramped. But in Ankara, you have a lot more space. It's more suburban.
All right, guys, our next stop is possibly the most famous or most well-known site here in Ankara, Anit Kabir. We'll talk more about it when we get there. Now, guys, a quick piece of advice if you're thinking of coming to Turkey, or really if you're traveling anywhere else in the near future. Dealing with local telecom companies in foreign countries can sometimes be a huge headache, and nobody wants to do that on their vacation. So my advice to you is to pick up an eSIM before your trip, and you'll be very happy you did. Airolo is the first and leading eSIM store on the market.
I'm gonna skip the ad, you can check it out, there will be a link in the description of this channel. Also, let me know in the comment section whether, because I know that we have free roaming in Europe, but I don't know if it extends to all the other countries that are not part of the European Union. So yeah, with mine from Italy, will it still be working in Turkey? Let me know.
B3
Turkey.
for $3 off your first eSIM. We have made it to Anit Kabir. This is the final resting place, the tomb of Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, father of the Turks, the creator and first leader of the modern Turkish Republic. So this is a hugely important place for Turkey. You can see the official guards here, similar to like a Buckingham Palace situation or something.
Wow.
Very stoic and unmoving,
So
no change
cool.
to facial expression. And here we are. This almost reminds me of like the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. or something, architecturally, with the columns and then the inner hall inside. And then opposite the main mausoleum, you have this giant open plaza surrounded by these pillars.
It looks so beautiful.
And a lot of people around. It seems like mostly Turkish people. I'm sure there's some tourists as well. And I like the sandstone or whatever type of brown stone they're using here. I'm sure it's local, I'm guessing. Very epic.
All right, so here in Anit Kabir, there's a sign that says, Hakimiyet kayıtsız şartsız milletindir. It's often actually phrased as egemenlik, which is the Turkish version. Hakimiyet is actually an Arabic loanword. And what that means is sovereignty is without restriction, unconditionally, of the nation. It's like a phrase that's used to talk about the Turkish sovereignty and the formation of the republic and kind of the way that they envision the national story for the people who participate in this political nation state, right?
Okay, here we go. Even the words on the side here, these big blocks of text on the walls are very, very similar to the Lincoln Memorial. It's cool to see. Got the big Turkish flag. There's another guard standing right by the entrance, one on either side, and here is inside. Wow. So it's a huge marble room. The ceiling is
So
really beautiful.
cool.
Kind of gold leaf or something, and it catches the light like a mosaic or something up there. Here is the actual grave site. There it is.
Oh, they even have the exhibition like the... It's like Buckingham Palace. So cool. What are they saying?
Tüfek omza. İstikamet bayrak. Uygun adım. Marş.
Bro, I love this stuff.
Okay, so obviously
So
we just got some of
amazing.
the
Is that something that always happens when you visit this place? Because I would really love to see it for
changing
myself.
of the guard. That was really cool to see. We were still inside the main part of the mausoleum when it started, and all of a sudden we heard shouting and went over there. They just keep the people inside when it's happening, the changing of the guards in front of the door there. And then it continues out here. The voice they use is like different than I've heard in other places, just kind of screaming as loud as they can. You can hear how hoarse their voice has become from yelling like that. See, they're still doing a bit more over here. Let's see if we can catch the end.
Nöbetçi ukaz olarak teslim ediyorum komutanım. Bıraktığı kastamı. Nöbetçi ukaz olarak teslim oluyorum komutanım. Normal adım.
Geçiş yapmıyoruz. Sabit kalın lütfen.
Marş.
Geçiş yapmıyoruz.
Okay, so that was very cool. I love stuff like that, seeing how they
Me
do the
too,
changing of
me
the guards.
too.
This one was cool because it was pretty dynamic. They were moving the crowd around. There's a few employees here that are not part of the official guard that are working on crowd control here at the site. And they're saying, okay, part the crowd now here. The guards are gonna...
Oh my god, I can't imagine how stressful that must be with all the tourists around. Maybe some of them that won't be moving or just bothering them.
come through here.
Yeah.
So people were kind of moving all around as the guards make their way all around this site. Now here we are on the far side.
Oh my god, look at the
Got this
view.
view of
Wow.
at least a good part of the city skyline of Ankara here. And then got a view from one end, from the far end of the entire Anit Kabir site. Well guys, we have arrived now at our next stop, which is to this newish presidential national library. It's a very cool design. You can see it there behind me, and we saw it from the highway as we were coming in. Kind of reminds me of like Central Asia and some of the architecture I've seen over there. A bit otherworldly, a bit kind of extravagant. Let's go inside. Okay, so here's the main entrance hall. Check it out. Very grand, very ornate. Really cool. Wow, and it goes down and up.
Everything looks
Alright,
so
in here
modern.
they've got a cafe, and when you enter, you've just got like this wall of these water cups that you can take however many you'd like. And then in
Wait,
here, there's
what?
like a nice little cafe lounge area. More water.
You guys are living in the future.
So, Brian, tell us about this place where we are right now.
Well, this
Amazing.
place is loved by some people and it's not loved by other people. And I'm sure
Why?
the commenters will make known who they are in that camp. Personally, if you set aside all the context, the design, all of that kind of thing, I think it's really great when a country has large places of learning and what we call third spaces where you can hang out. Right now we're in the cafe, free water, free soup at 2 p.m. There's a lot
it
of
looks
space
so
here. There's a lot of
big.
students in Ankara. There's a lot of interesting periodicals and collections that are shown in the glass. And it's really a point of pride, I think, when new libraries are built. It's always, it's better that than not having them or having them be torn down, right? It just happens in some countries. One of the things I love about big, expansive spaces and libraries and new construction is it's designed to inspire. And what we've stopped doing in the Western world, we don't build big stuff anymore. When was the last time an amazing train station, amazing library was built? It's all history, whereas in Turkey, they're still creating new history. And what I love about a big space, especially like the atrium, it allows the mind to soar and the ideas to flow. Sometimes being in that space, you become a different thinker, a different person. And I think that's what libraries and places of worship, places of gathering are designed and should do, is inspire rather than make you feel small.
That was very poetic. I love that.
And now, for the grand finale of our Ankara visit, we are going to enjoy a big meal. Aspava.
Yes.
Meşhur Gülçimen Aspava emek. Video çekebilir miyim Aspava hakkında? Çok teşekkür ederim. Mükemmel. Teşekkür ederiz. Merhaba, kolay gelsin. Nice. Aspava, what does it mean? Well, it's actually...
I love when there are pictures of the meal that you're going to eat, especially when you don't understand the language.
an acronym, and it stands for Allah sağlık, para versin, amin. Like, God, give me health and money, please. Amen. So, that's kind of funny. And basically the way this works is you order like one main
What is this? What is this? What is this huge kettle?
dish off the menu, and then you get all all of these like side dishes that are apparently kind of bottomless and unlimited. So we've got cheese fries, çiğ köfte, a salad, cheesy mushrooms,
Oh my
mantar,
God.
and more fries with like a doner sauce on it. And the main course is like a doner of some preparation. So the rest of the food is coming, but we already have a lot to get started with here. So this gentleman has come by with içli köfte. This is like meat inside of like a bulgur breading. Teşekkür ederim. Afiyet olsun.
Afiyet olsun.
Allah sağlık para versin. Amin. I've got it memorized now. Here is our içli köfte.
Ooh,
Cut it
that
open.
looks so
Gonna
good.
give a little lemon.
Turks love
Let's give
lemon.
it a try. Yes. Big bite. It's good.
These are good.
And this is what, cacık? This is actually probably really nice and refreshing on this hot
What is that?
Ankara day. Okay, my main course has arrived here. This is like a doner wrap with cheese and onion and a little bit of sauce in there. Looks very good, recommended by the waiter. Let's give it a try.
I really like that they're fairly small. Here, when you get a donut, they always give you like a huge stuff like that to eat that is always so complicated that you just end up making a mess of yourself.
Çok güzel. It reminds me a little bit the flavors of Iskender, but there's onion in there, and you can definitely taste that. And of course the bread is different. This is like a lavash wrap, flatbread type thing. Very tasty.
All right, so I went ahead and ordered the et shish. I prefer when it's more just pieces. So it's a beef dish, and there's some bulgur. And then they also came with this nice kind of fluffy, looks a lot like naan.
Afiyet olsun.
Teşekkürler.
So I told you guys there's a lot of freebies included in this
Teşekkürler.
Aspava
Thank
experience. We're just kind of finishing up our meal a little bit, like halfway through. The waiter just comes up to me without a word, holds out his hand, and I look, well, what is this? And he has a pack of cigarettes. Offering us each a cigarette. I don't know if he's just being
That's
friendly. If that's
fantastic.
part of the...
I mean, we do have actually a stereotype. I hope nobody will get offended. I'm sure that every country has stereotypes about other countries. But they always say when you smoke a lot, when you're smoking a lot, you're smoking like a Turk. I don't know why, because I met some Turks before and they weren't even smokers. So, but we just have that stereotype here. When you smoke a lot, they will tell you, "Oh, you smoke like a Turk." Hope that doesn't offend anyone, but yeah, we got that stereotype. I just wanted to
experience, but I thought it was funny. There he is. He's walking around to all the tables offering cigs. It is part of the service.
So I'm not a smoker.
That's
I don't think Dutch is a
incredible.
smoker, but if you are a smoker, Turkey is one of the last countries on the planet where you really can kind of smoke anywhere.
Yeah, zero stigma whatsoever.
I have a problem, but you know, if you're a smoker, hey, you know, smoking's rights,
You
right?
came to the right place.
Yeah, Serbia is the other way too. Those are the two countries you can smoke anywhere. in Serbia.
And now we get our very own chai tower.
Mashallah.
Oh, that's a
Mashallah,
deed.
indeed.
So Turkish tea is always served, or at least prepared, as a boiling pot below of just hot water, and then the actual, you could call it tea concentrate. I'm sure there's a term that I don't know. Whereas, you know, in England, if you're brewing a pot of tea, you'll brew the whole pot as a tea bag. In China, you might brew with the loose leaf. In Turkey, this is what you're gonna see. So what's nice about this option is, although it's in a glass like this, so it's not served in ceramic mugs, you have to watch that you don't burn yourself if it's hot, right? You hold it kind of here. And what's nice is you can choose your concentration level. And I think these are the right terms I was once taught, but abdest suyu, which is a word for like the water that you cleanse yourself in a religious context, is like very light, weak tea. So just a little bit of tea and then mostly water. And then I think it's tavşan kana. You guys can correct me. It's like, it means like.
But I really need someone from Turkey to guide me when I go there because I wouldn't even know how to pour this thing or what's the right concentration or anything. Oh my god, I'm getting a headache listening to him. I'd rather he just do it for me, you know?
Rabbit's blood, it's like when it's really thick tea. You can tell the person, like, I really like the concentrated thick tea. So let's pour some, but you're gonna want to top it off, and you're gonna burn yourself.
Oh, that's so
Careful.
complicated.
And you're just gonna do this. Oops, so you can laugh at me there. So then you put there.
And that looks
Oh
like a
my
very
God.
nice color.
Solid.
I think that looks good.
Afiyet olsun.
Teşekkürler. What do we have here? Dessert time.
Is it sweet? Don't you add sugar on the tea?
Looks
It's
like
always
some
sweet.
halva and some kunafa. I could be saying the wrong words there because to me,
Oh yeah, I tried those before. Those are pretty good as well.
sorry to stir the pot, these are more like Lebanese Arabic desserts.
but they are very popular in Turkey, and especially southern Turkey. I think of Turkish desserts primarily as like sütlaç and those types of things, but these are also very popular. So you can roast me in the comments, but I actually don't exactly know how these are made. I think this one is just covered in honey, right? So
Yeah, with
good.
cheese in it, probably kunafa, right?
I think yeah, let's see if there is cheese. Maybe it's just sweet.
And this one has some Turkish ice cream in there that is melting very quickly, so we should give it a try. So this is like a soft...
Sugar with sugar.
Yeah, sugar with a little cream too. Yum. And a little bit of pistachio powder on top. Pretty good. All right, so there is some cheese in this kunafa. I need 2 hands here because it can be very stretchy.
Cheese.
That, yeah, this is
Isn't
really
it
popular
sweet?
in the Arab world as well. Cheesy, syrupy, sugary cheese in a dessert. Kind of unusual maybe for some people. It's very, very good though. I prefer that one.
I wanna try everything.
Very sweet, just drenched in that sugary syrup. I don't always love kunafa, but I actually really like that one.
Is it good?
Guys, we've moved on from our nice dinner there, and we've come to the old town of Ankara, which I didn't know existed until I came here. You can see a little bit behind me here. The view of the city up here is really, really cool too. You can see the old in the foreground and the new, or the modern, in the background.
So
And
cool.
It's very hilly, you can see that from up here. Really cool. We're gonna go into this citadel, the Ankara Kalesi, Castle of Ankara, and check it out in there. On the side of the castle here, you've even got some stones carved with Greek letters. And look at this. These must have been put back together, must have collapsed and then been rebuilt, because this one was put upside down. Not sure how that happens, but maybe they put it that way by accident. I don't know. Hey, buddy.
I don't know, maybe it was the Mussolini influence.
Guard.
Okay, sorry, I had to make that joke.
Okay, all right. I'm not. Don't worry.
Nice dog.
Yeah, cute.
So I don't actually know a ton about this, but I will say this. If you're a traveler in Turkey, almost every city in Turkey is going to
cool.
have a fairly well-preserved old town citadel. Sometimes it's a castle, sometimes it's at the high point of the city, obviously, where they build
That's
castles. And everyone
incredible.
thinks Ankara, oh, there's no history, there's no seaside, there's no Adana kebab, why would I go there? And it's actually a really nice, not a particularly stressful or like touristic one. It's kind of just like here as a national thing. And I like that because you can walk around on your own and you're not like getting marketed to, or, you know, it's like not that stressful.
Bro, what is this? Is this still... I think it's Turkish coffee, right? Bro, look how much smoke is giving out this thing.
And it's a really good example of a Turkish old school square.
Yeah. The architecture
What
is
the
beautiful
hell?
here. You feel like you're not in a major capital city all of a sudden. It's like a nice, charming little town. Maybe a good final point to come to in this video here in Ankara. My first impressions of Ankara. And at the beginning I asked a question, is Ankara boring? You just heard Brian's opinion, and I agree with him. I think it's really cool. I think it's real Turkey. Seeing the capital of the country is super interesting. And I think there's plenty to do. I think there's history, there's modern kind of national icons, and some important political history things, such as the Atatürk memorial site. So I really enjoyed it. I like the pace of the city. It doesn't feel as crazy or hectic as Istanbul. So guys, there you go. That's our 2 cents. I hope you enjoyed the video. And stay tuned because I have a lot more coming up from Turkey very, very soon. Brian, thanks for all your help.
Thank
Ibrahim
you.
Bey.
Good to see you guys.
Yep.
Enjoy your time in Turkey.
See you later. Görüşürüz. Bye-bye.
Ankara is so beautiful. Wow. Shout out to Dog or Daud. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Oh my god. Bro, this is the first time that I'm checking out this city. Amazing for real. I really want to travel there as well. When I will travel to Istanbul, I definitely want to also visit Ankara. Bro, that was incredible. Bro, the view, all the skyscrapers, the old town, the memorial site over there, bro. That was all incredible. I really loved it. And the food, I mean, I'm sure that there's not a single place in Turkey where the food is not gonna be amazing. Right, bro. Yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So thank you so much for this recommendation. Let me know what video should I check out next, maybe which other city, or maybe we can check out a Turkish supermarket, as I said before, because I really want to see what you guys sell in your country. I love supermarkets. I mean, I feel like they're like the getaway to the culture of the country you're visiting to. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.